ZZ109FM, this is Elsie Jenkins, ZZ109FM Talk Radio. It's a beautiful February. You might be snowed in or rained in, but whatever you are, maintain and don't lose control of your mind if you can't get out the house. Lord have mercy. Record snow up north, rain down south. This world is doing what it normally does. Global warming, where are you at? Lord have mercy. All right, in the studio to help me out today is LORATTI. LORATTI, how are you doing over there?
Ms. Jenkins, I'm doing good, feeling good. Glad to be alive. It's a blessing to be here on the planet.
That's right, it's a blessing to be here. A lot of people made it to 2026 but didn't make it this far. February. Didn't make it to March. Also in the studio to help us out is 10th grade education Bob. Bob, how you doing over there?
I'm doing good. Got my coffee and vodka, and I'm ready to do some old talk radio.
Well, let's get started here. Good news, bad news. All our news is bad. State of the Union. I don't normally watch those. I'm not interested in lies, hypocrisy, double standards. Why sit and listen to someone that's not telling you the truth? Entertaining? I'm not entertained by someone that doesn't tell the truth. I'm not entertained by someone that's not trying to work at my best interest. It's not entertaining for me. I have other things to do with my time. With that being said, plethora of different things were thrown out there, and 90+% of those things were not true. The only thing I'm dwelling on is this red flag indicator to anyone. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Doesn't matter who you are, if you're neutral. Have you rode around in your city and saw gas at 197? I hear crickets. The answer, I can answer it for you. The answer is no. So when you have someone blatantly come into your face and tell a lie and don't crack a smile on their face and they actually look serious, this person has a problem. I don't know how many more times they have to cry wolf before you realize you can't believe anything that they tell you. But that's the golden rule. You cry wolf too many times and there's no wolf, no one tends to believe anything else you say from that point there on and after. And even if there is a wolf, you've lost the credibility of the people that ran up to you looking for the wolf. So to listen to anything else he has to say throughout the rest of the evening and take it for a grain of salt of truth is ridiculous. It's ludicrous. Ludicrous. Now let's take a look at these things here. I did a little fact checking. That's what everybody looks at now. Fact checkers are doing fact checking. And we did that. We got our information here, so we're not just talking out the side of our neck. Gas prices have not dropped anywhere near $1.97 per gallon in 2026. National average is $2.90 to $2.94 a gallon. I've seen a little less at $2.70, but haven't seen the dollar point whatever since yet. Haven't seen it. Gas never dropped to 197 in 2025 either. No U.S. state or station reached prices below $2 at any point in 2025. So to come up there in front of millions of people and tell people that in Iowa you were able to enjoy low gas prices, $1.97 per gallon. I'm not sure which dimension you're in. Are we seeing multiple dimensions going on here? Are you going into a time pendulum and going back in time? But from our records and records around us, it doesn't show anywhere where gas dropped below $2. And that's all I'm going to express in regards to the State of the Union. Because we can go from each fact and find the truth and match it with what this man said. Now, let's take a look at the State of the Union. The Union is the 50 states. And I went out yesterday and I got some images for you so we can all see what the State of the Union is looking like. When I look at this State of the Union, I see people huddled at a corner with their belongings in front of a famous restaurant out here in Newport News called the Shrimp Shack. They've got their cooler and they've got their little clan, but nonetheless, they're at home. Their makeshift apartment. And you can see them there organizing their things in this great economy that we have here, where people are thriving and are successful. As you can see, there they are. I've got different angles so you can see their home where they live at as the UPS truck passes by. Their home. This is where they live. And they huddle here, they communicate with each other, and they show their sign every now and then that they need a little bit of cash. But this is where they all come and huddle. This is it. This is one fraction of what's going on in every city in this country. People are out here. Look at this man right here. He's trying to roll with his wheelchair and the car dodges him and he gets upset. But that's where we are. We've got people out here pushing their wheelchair with no legs out here. Instead of being somewhere in a facility where he can get the treatment he needs and the transportation he needs to get around town. This is the State of the Union. It's not just here in Virginia. You can go to all of these states and find people like this huddled together in makeshift type tents and apartment settings out in the open of the city, trying to enjoy this economy we have. Now I'm going to keep showing these images as we go through the rest of our show, and you'll be able to see these people in their habitat, in this fine union that we live in, that is doing so much to take care of all of us as Americans. Let's get to the Navy first. You know, this is an ongoing problem where we allow people to do bad things and never bite the head off the snake immediately. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. If you're keeping up with it, you've got Resendez, the Navy sailor that lost her life, found behind a high school, miles from her station, Norfolk Naval Station. And we were concerned because the Navy wasn't doing a whole lot to try to figure out what was going on and get her information. As we update everything, we see now we have someone in custody. Jeremiah Copeland. I was hoping it wouldn't have been a black person, but this person is black. And as far as I'm concerned, crime doesn't have a color. Crime is an opportunity. And all colors of people, some take advantage of opportunities. So he's locked up right now. But the interesting part about it is that victims who try to come forward and tell you about somebody and no one pays attention to them, they're still victims. So one of the victims recognized this gentleman and made a report that she was assaulted by him when she was 15 and he was 17. You see, what I notice about these people is once they do something in regards to hurting a person, if they don't get caught, they get this mindset that they can't get caught. And they build confidence in assaulting more and more people. Now, what's interesting about this case, as the information came out, we realized that this gentleman has done this before. Copeland's history of alleged violent sexual abuse of other fellow sailors was heavily outlined. Sexually assaulting a sailor who was drunk and incapacitated. Why is he still in the Navy? What happened to zero tolerance? What happened to that? And then, when we get to this point where someone finally loses their life, who's to blame? Do we blame him 100%? Or do we also look at the Navy for allowing him to do this multiple times and get a slap on the hand, demoted or whatever, and still maintain a position in the military? There has to be a line drawn in regards to how much we take in regards to that snake biting people. At 17, he bit somebody, but you know what? It's going to be his word against hers, and who knows the circumstances. But as we move forward, we see this snake has bitten many people. And we just put the snake back in the cage as if it's not going to bite anybody else that reaches in to change the water. Now a person has lost their life. And we have to determine if he is the person when we could have made sure from day one when he did this the first time in the military, there was a zero tolerance and he was court-martialed immediately and put in the brig. What message are you sending to others when you let something happen to somebody and then you give him a slap on the hand and now he's walking around the mess hall around the people he assaulted? Walking around the naval base around the people he assaulted. It doesn't make any sense and could have been avoided completely. This young lady could still be alive if this young man was placed in the federal prison for 10 to 20 years for his initial actions of assault. Bouncing back to the State of the Union, you know what? Resolution. Because just because you hear a man lie to you for 2 hours, smiling in your face for 2 hours, don't mean we have to continue to put up with it. We as people, and I'm not talking about Republicans and Democrats because that has gotten us nowhere. But we as people have to use this system to benefit us, not them using the system to benefit themselves, because that's what's going on between these two parties. So I came up with a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan. Grandma, how brilliant is it? It's a brilliant plan. That's all you need to know. It's simple. Republicans, Democrats, white people, black people, Mexicans, Spanish people, doesn't matter. If you're American, you're an American. We simply need to go out and get rid of all of the Republicans. Every state, every seat. Make the entire United States blue. Once the United States is blue, when we listen to President Trump talking about the economy, and then the Virginia representative, House of Representatives, Senate member, whatever she was, coming in and talking about how excited she was about Trump's speech. She is part of the problem. Anyone in their right mind is not going to say that everything you heard, every other lie you heard, was a good speech. And relief for gas prices and costs is not what we need. We're beyond relief as Americans. The option for relief has come and gone. So with all these blue states, what should follow that is $5,000 per family every 3 months for a year. This is a stimulus. It's going to stimulate the families in America. Whether you're single or whether you are married, $5,000 every 3 months for a year. That's 4 times. This is what Americans need to rebound. Relief has come and gone. That option is not valid at this time. What Americans need is a stimulus. So, we move on and we move forward. That's my idea. Grandma, I like that idea. Number one, it helps you kind of catch up. We need to catch up because we're not keeping up with the increases, and our incomes are staying the same. And that's been going on for 3 or even 4 years now. It's ongoing, but we need something big to help us rebound. I like that word. Rebound is the perfect word because relief is not going to help. You drop my gas prices 50 cents. That's not going to help my current situation. It's not going to help my current situation. All right, moving on to the world. 18-year-old in Newport News is not going to be here for 2026. Why? Because we're still shooting each other. We're still killing one another. I saw a video recently where 3 men just ride up onto and I say ride, I mean they running on foot, like the military would do. When I look at the video, when I look at these 3 men, they should be in the military. They moved quickly, they executed quickly, and they were out quickly. You couldn't tell who they were. You couldn't tell anything about them, but they were precise and they came in with precision. They looked like military soldiers. With that being said, shooting into a car with a woman driving and a man in the passenger seat and a baby in the back seat. This world has completely lost its mind. It doesn't make any damn sense that we're out here doing this to one another. Over 30 bullets hit this car. And the blessing of God made sure that none of those bullets hit the baby. None of them. None of them. The mother did not make it, and the father got a bullet or 2 in him. They may have been going for the father, who knows. But 30 bullets means somebody's upset. 30 bullets means that somebody is furious. And to send a team to get you, that was direct. Wasn't indirect at all. It was a direct response of some type. So I look in the mirror and I look at how do these peoples go back home, wash their hands, and stand in the mirror and look at themselves after what they've just done. It's nothing to these people. It's nothing. Sit down, get a bowl of cereal, and start watching TV. It's 2026 and it's already, to me, spiraled out of control. You've got the kidnapping in not Florida, but California. Mentioned this before. What kind of kidnapper wants to keep somebody this long? What kind of kidnapper? What is the kidnapper asking for? $1 million reward is up right now. That doesn't make any sense. You're saying the kidnapper's asking for $2 million? If it was less than $1 million, we would have her back by now. So what is the kidnapper asking for? It's got to be more than $1 million, because you could have handed that $1 million over to the kidnapper and got her back immediately. Story is not making any sense. And no person in their right mind would want to keep somebody this long and still be able to get caught with her. You're either not smart at all, or you're already gone and she's already deceased. It's one or the other. Food prices and gas prices keep going up. You've got meat, you go out there and try to buy you a roast or something, you're paying $50 to $70 for a damn roast. Not paying it. You go in and see these prices for your ground beef and so forth, $30. I'm not paying it. Oh yeah, you'll give us chicken legs for $6 a pack. But don't grab a pack of chicken wings. $20+ for a pack of chicken wings. See, this State of the Union is in a state of turmoil. And we need to work together. White, black, green, yellow. Just in order to get our home back. We're not trying to make America great. That's not working for us all. Let's make America home again. A home, a place where we can go and sit down and not wonder about what I need to choose. Pay the electric bill, that's $700, or pay my car note. These electric companies up north should be ashamed of themselves, because these people pay a lot of money to have your service. They can't withstand a snowstorm, a windstorm, or a hurricane. We need to find new companies to come in with new technology to update our current system and remove these current companies in place. When I looked at some of the video of the hurricane that came through, because it was a hurricane force winds means you're dealing with a hurricane. It has an eye like a hurricane, and I don't want to hear any of your scientific reasons why it's not. Because if it looks like a damn duck and it quacks like a damn duck, Bob,
Oh, that's a damn duck.
that's a damn duck. What's amazing to me is that they're not reacting to these situations accordingly. Any type of hurricane, there's going to be surges, winds, and in this case, since it's cold, you've got snow drifts and ice. And your evacuation procedures should be the same. Head to higher ground before it hits. It's that simple. These weather people, I don't know. That's one place, one profession I wish I had got involved in school, because they don't know how to predict the weather until the last minute. Once the weather's all up on you, oh, well, of course you can predict it now. You can see what's going on. You can see the snow is coming down. but no forewarning about what's going on. Doesn't make any kind of sense. All right, so as we wind things down and you take a look at these people, I've been showing you them out here living in this State of the Union, huddled here. At one point, I'm taking video, and I think one of them they spot me with my car and my camera on them, and they try to walk over to me, but I takes the hell off before they come to my car. You've got to be mindful of these people. You let them get up on your window like that, they spit on you, then what? Then you are a fool for waiting for them. No, you're not going to spit on me today because I'm moving. I see you walking. I'm moving the hell on upside of here. I got all my video footage I need. But you ain't going to spit on me because I ain't going to stand there and wait for you to do it. Lord have mercy. ZZ109FM Talk Radio. Watch your back at Sam's Club. Watch your back anywhere you go. Look over your shoulder. You never know who's watching you. There's always somebody looking at you, trying to see your strengths and weaknesses and how they can take advantage of those weaknesses. There's always someone looking at you when you don't know it. So be mindful of that when you're out and about on this planet. Other than that, you have a beautiful rest of your year. Be safe. And you're trying to make it to 2026. In order to do that, you got to make the right decisions. Make the right decisions in your life, and you can get to 2027. Elsie Jenkins, LORATTI, and 10th grade education Bob signing out.